Bride walks down the aisle, but makes entrance extra special when she lifts her arms to sign at deaf groom. January 27th was a very special day for Elizabeth and Scott from Sydney, Australia. This was the day when they officially became Mr. and Mrs. And for most weddings, it seems like either the groom or the bride has prepared something special for their spouse-to-be. And for this couple, the gorgeous bride has prepared something for the groom. While her groom is standing at the end of the aisle, a popular song by Christina Perri, "1,000 Years," begins to play. And while Scott was waiting for her to move forward, Elizabeth looked at him and lifted her arms. And the next thing she did certainly brought everyone to tears. When he was only 5 years old, Scott started to lose his hearing, and by 8 he was completely deaf. The two lovebirds met on Tinder 2 years before their wedding. And to understand each other, Elizabeth started to learn sign language for him. Before their wedding day, Elizabeth made sure that she mastered to sign the lyrics to their favorite song. And while watching Elizabeth sign the lyrics of the song for him, he was so touched that he couldn't hold back his tears. It was a small wedding with only 45 guests. Hundreds of thousands of people who were able to witness this touching part of the wedding. And even virtually, they'll be able to experience how it must have felt to be present and be one of the guests at their wedding that day. During her interview with Daily Mail Australia, Elizabeth shared that Scott has never heard the words to the song before. Despite that, she wanted to translate the words of their favorite song to him. She knew that this was how she could make this day extra special for him. When asked why she learned to sign, she said, "I didn't know any sign language before we met. Before I went in, I was freaking out. Not only did I want to get it right, but I knew he had friends who were deaf, so they would also know exactly what I'm saying or not be able to say." She also said that walking down the aisle that day was a roller coaster of emotions for her, and she really wanted to get it right, and she did. Elizabeth taught herself Auslan, or Australian Sign Language, for 3 months. She shared that with the help of the internet guides, apps, and videos online. She was able to teach herself the sign language in no time. For sure, it wasn't that easy, but given the perseverance and patience that she's had to learn, there is no doubt how she would have mastered it. Still, she was anxious that day because she said that every time she practiced, she'd get it wrong. But to her surprise, on the day of the wedding, her Auslan to the lyrics of the song was perfect. Her teenage son walked her into the ceremony, but when she reached the end of the aisle, she knew that she had to do it on her own now. She said that Scott got a little confused at first. For her, she got lucky that day, and everything just came naturally from the heart. She wanted to show Scott how much she loved him, and she did.